we must be determined if we are going to be radical for Christ. We must have character and conviction. The breaking of confidences and compromising is not a part of the vocabulary of a radical change agent. Conviction should not be negotiated. You know, the Lord says, you do this, says love your enemies, and you say, okay, wait a minute, Lord, do you know what they did to me? Can we negotiate this? The Lord says, no, absolutely not. Conviction should not be negotiated. And Christian character should not be diminished by going along just to get along. You know, what makes me so determined? I'm following love. And who is love? Yeah. I call myself practicing love. I try to be an example of love. I teach love in all the places where I go and all the churches where I'm appointed. Agape love makes me determined. To borrow a phrase from another song in my heritage, I must run on to see what the end will be. I must consistently participate in the process of resolve. I won't turn back. No matter what. No matter what. 1 Corinthians 9:24-27 says, Do you not know that in a race all the runners compete, but only one receives the prize? So run your race that you may lay hold of the prize and make it yours. Now, every athlete who goes into training conducts himself temperately and restricts himself in all things. They do it to win a wreath that will soon wither, but we do it to receive a crown of eternal blessedness that cannot wither. Therefore, I do not run uncertain without definite aim. I do not box like one beating the air and striking without an adversary. But like a boxer, I buffet my body, handle it roughly, discipline it by hardships, and subdue it, for fear that after proclaiming to others the gospel and things pertaining to it, I myself should become unfit, not stand the test, be unapproved and rejected as a counterfeit. A runner that wins has an extraordinary high degree of determination and dedication, don't they? Mm-hmm. On the first day of training, as well as on the day of the race. Being radically determined means to me being consistent in every possible effort to bring about change. Don't do it some of the time, but do it all the time. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. God has planted a seed within us to do the right thing. So I encourage us to resist the temptation to compromise and to become radically involved in change and do what we know from that God-planted seed, from that God-infused inner strength, to be and to do the right things. Who's got your back? Who's got your back? The I in radical means involved. We're either all in or all out. No being lukewarm. No straddling the fence. Recognizing that we're in this world, but we're not of this world. This is not our home. Do you know that when we refuse to get involved after witnessing criminal activity, that we actually become a part of the crime? I thought about how many crimes I've become a part of. What it means for me to be black and radical for Christ is I can never say that I can't or won't get involved in situations that affect the lives of all of us. Remember, I am my brother and sister's keeper, right? Psalm 37:5. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he will bring it to pass. Being radically involved emphasizes a key word. What is it? Commit. Commit. Without commitment, there is no follow-through and no sense of being radical or of getting to the root of the matter. We've got to be committed. Committed to the cause of Christ. Do mercy. What is it? Love justice, do mercy, walk humbly with God. Are we committed to that? Christ calls us to commit, not for a season, not for Martin Luther King birthday, not just for a Thanksgiving food basket or a community service, but involvement and commitment are an ongoing process or thing for the radical believer. You know, people are hungry 365 days of the year, not just on special occasions. What do we do about it? We think we're doing something when we go to the kitchens down here and serve. We just do that to make ourselves feel good, because most times we